Hello, my name is Quinn, and right now I'm walking through a crime-filled city looking for my dog. A few minutes ago, I was cornered by a gang member, but I narrowly escaped. However, I will not be deterred, and I will find my dog. Oh, hello, officer.
Hello there. How can I help you?
Uh, I was wondering if you've seen my dog.
I think I may have seen him, but I'll only tell you if you help me with something.
What do you need help with?
I need help with this paperwork. My captain needs me to handle it, but it is boring. If you do it for me, I will tell you where your dog is.
Alright, well, hand it over. I'll get to working on it.
That actually worked. All right, here you go.
Oh, this will be easy. I only have to use integers to solve this. I'll be done in no time. Hey guys, it's John Math here, and today I'm going to show you how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers. But first, what are integers? Integers can be normal numbers, such as 12 or 5. But they can also be negative numbers, such as -4 or -13. When an integer is a positive, you treat it like you would in a non-integer math question. However, if an integer is a negative, it flips the equation of it. If you want to add a negative number, such as -1 per se, you are actually subtracting that number because you're adding a negative. So, for example, we'll use the one in our equation here. So, our question right now is 1 plus -2. We're just putting those brackets there so we can tell that we're not actually just subtracting a positive number. Now, because whatever you do in front of a negative integer, you actually need to do the opposite. So since we know that negative integers turn pluses into minuses and minuses into pluses, then the equation would be 1 minus 2. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. That means that you'll have to subtract a number by more than it's worth. But don't worry, that's where negative integers come in. If you need to subtract a number by more than it's worth, then you begin to go into negatives. This may seem like a hassle, but then there's an easy way to do this. What you can do is subtract the negative integer, but as a positive. So 2. By the number you're subtracting it from, so 1. So now what you need to do is subtract 2 minus 1. Which gives us the number 1 equals 1. And then you need to put a negative sign in front of it, so the answer is -1. And that's our answer for this question. Now, let's move on to the next question. This question here is pretty similar to the last one, but this time we're subtracting. 3 minus -1. And as I said before, negative numbers turn pluses into minuses and minuses into pluses. So since we know that we can turn the equation into 3 plus 1, which is much easier than doing it the hard way. So now we can easily get our answer, which is 4. The answer to this question is 4. Now let's move on to the next question. This last one is a bit different from the multiplication. This next question is very difficult with it having multiplication, which is 1 times -2. You actually, but the thing about negative numbers in multiplication questions involves the rule of multiplying integers. The rule is that if you multiply 2 positive numbers, then you will get a positive number. If you multiply 2 negative numbers, then they cancel each other out and become positives, allowing you to multiply and get a positive answer, as if they were positives to begin with. And if you multiply a negative number and a positive number, you can multiply them but like they're both positives, but after you multiply, you need to put a negative sign in front of it because it will be a negative number. So, since we have a positive and a negative, we can multiply it like normal. So 1 times 2, giving us 2. But then, we need to put a negative sign in front of it, giving us a negative number. Therefore, our answer is negative 2. That's the answer to the multiplication question, and that's how you multiply a negative integer. Now let's move on to our final question. This last one is a bit different from the multiplication question, as we are now dividing, but we still use the same rule that we used from the multiplication question. The math problem is negative 6 divided by negative 2. But since we know the rules of integers, we know that since there are two negative numbers, they become positive numbers, allowing us to simply divide 6 divided by 2. And 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So our answer is 3. And that is our final question. See? Integers become easy once you know the tricks to it. It's as simple as a walk through the park. Now let's get back to our story.
Alright, I finished the paperwork, you lazy piece of...
Thanks, man. Bye.
Wait, where's my dog?
Oh, he's just over there, but be careful. That's surface area slider territory.
Oh, thank you for telling me.
Anytime.
No problem. Goodbye.
Goodbye.